Hello, this is Luke Eastwood from XR Kerry, and this is just a short video about gorse burning and hedgerows and tree felling. Okay, under the current legislation in Ireland, between the months of August and March, farmers are allowed to cut down trees and cut down hedges on their land. And during the winter months, they're also allowed to burn gorse, and that's totally legal. This presents quite a lot of problems, apart from the excessive cutting of hedges, and also this year we found that there's 3,000 kilometres of hedgerow being removed in Ireland, and again all perfectly legally. So as well as cutting away hedges and cutting down trees, sometimes legally, sometimes illegally, generally it's really not very well enforced. Part of the law does suggest that wood should be chipped and disposed of that way rather than being burnt as much as possible, but it does allow for a large amount of burning to happen. So you've got these huge bonfires of branches, all the stuff that's maybe not commercially viable to be sold off as logs. And then you've got the gorse burning over the winter months. And every year you have the same problem with these fires which are lit by farmers getting out of control, generally during a drier spell, which means that the fire brigade have to be called out at great expense to go and put out these fires, especially up on hillsides. I've seen that happen here in Kerry several times. In fact, we had to call the Gardaí because a local farmer lit the gorse close to our house in the field. In fact, the fire spread to within 10 metres of our house. We were quite angry about that, not just because of the proximity to our house, but because it was a nesting site for herons and also a feeding ground for curlews, and curlews, as you may know, are very endangered. So unfortunately, there's a limit to what they could actually do apart from just tell him to stop, although he'd actually gone past the cut-off date. Anyway, they didn't prosecute him, they just told him to put the fires out, and that was the end of it. So one of the main reasons that this gorse burning is very bad, apart from the obvious disruption it causes and the annoyance for the fire services when they have to be called out, is the damage it does. These uplands may have heather, they may have orchids, they may have young saplings, they might have various types of ferns and bracken growing there, all of which are completely eviscerated, destroyed. Some of it may come back, the gorse may regenerate because fire can prompt germination of the seeds, but it damages the diversity of any land by just burning it. And also, more importantly, it generates a massive amount of CO2. Now, the government, especially the Greens, are very keen to stop people burning coal, burning turf and unseasoned wood. That's the plans Eamon Ryan has. But one hillside gorse fire will release more CO2 than hundreds and hundreds of small fires in people's homes. So you've got tremendous hypocrisy there. On the one hand, they're telling ordinary people in their houses that they have to curtail their CO2 and smoke production, but they allow these farmers to set fire to entire hillsides of hundreds of acres or thousands of acres in some cases. And that's supposedly legal. It doesn't make any sense, and it's completely contradictory. So you've several reasons there. You've got the inconvenience and danger to the fire services. You've got the damage that's caused to the environment, to wildlife, to fauna and flora, and also the massive CO2 production. So that is why I've started the petition online for the law to be changed in regard to this. So if you please, can go to the petition that follows this. Very much appreciate you signing that and sharing it with people that you know. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.